something happened on Sunday to reinforce just how horrible this really is, or at least how horrible it really could be. We played that clip of Donald Trump at the top of the show there. I think that was that in Ohio?
Oh, that was in Fargo, North Dakota, about a month ago.
Oh, okay. Well, he's been increasing his comments about the media being the enemy of the people. And I will get to what happened on Sunday that serves as a reminder of the danger that so many in the media, and yes, the progressive media, have really always been in, but certainly increasingly so now with the president of the United States talking to his increasingly unhinged and constant political rallies, talking about this, targeting the media, not to mention his increasingly unhinged and louder and more persistent Twitter feed. So on Sunday morning, by way of just one example of this, Trump tweeted, quote, "The fake news hates me, saying that they are the enemy of the people only because they know it's true." He said, "I am providing a great service by explaining this to the American people. They purposely cause great division and trust." He's talking about the media here, I guess. "They can also cause war. They are very dangerous and sick." So the media are purposely dividing this country. They are they're trying to cause wars. They are dangerous. They are sick. And that was just one single tweet on Sunday morning. Add that to a whole bunch of them over the past week and the past month and all of his rallies and everything else. Well, in response to all of this, a few hours later, Brian Stelter, the CNN media guy, on his Sunday media program, he discussed the rise of these threats of violence against folks in the media in the wake of Trump's increasing rhetorical war in the free press and the free media, and frankly, against journalists doing the best job that they can, successfully or otherwise. And Lord knows we are very critical quite often on this program about the media, the corporate media in particular. But the media, they are doing their best to cover this insane presidency. Here was some of Stelter's remarks on Sunday, citing a death threat made to him on air by a caller on C-SPAN television on Friday.
Attacks on the media are having an effect. Threats against reporters are on the rise. But instead of me just telling you that, I want you to hear it for yourself. On Friday, a caller to C-SPAN said he's going to shoot me and Don Lemon if he sees us. Now, let me just preface this by saying I'm not asking for sympathy. I don't think I'm in extreme danger. I know some of my colleagues get much worse threats than I do. CNN has a great security team, and we know how to handle this stuff. And this problem is not confined to CNN. People at Fox News and other outlets have to deal with this garbage too. But these kinds of threats are coming in more often. So take a listen. Here's the phone call.
Don, State College, Pennsylvania, supports the criticism of the media. Don, you are on the air.
Good morning.
Morning.
It all started when Trump got elected. Brian Stelter and Don Lemon from CNN called Trump supporters all racist. They don't even know us.
Okay, let me just stop it right there. I've never called all Trump supporters racists. Neither has Don Lemon. So what this guy is about to say is predicated on a lie.
They don't even know these Americans out here, and they're calling us racist because we voted for Trump? Come on, give me a break. They started the war. I see him, I'm going to shoot him. Bye.
So he says we started a war, so if he sees us, he's going to shoot us. So where did the caller get the impression that I called all Trump supporters racist? I don't know, but I do know that the night before on Fox, Sean Hannity played a 2-year-old clip of me asking if racial anxiety was a factor in Trump's rise. Obviously, researchers have proven that yes, racial anxiety and resentment was a factor, but that's not the same as calling all Trump supporters racist. And I don't know if the C-SPAN caller watched Hannity. I'm not blaming Hannity. I just thought the timing was odd. Friday's threatening phone call on C-SPAN is just a tiny illustration of the threats that are out there. Many journalists who cover politics say they are receiving more and more threats nowadays in the Trump era. MSNBC's Katie Tur sounded the alarm earlier this week.
I hope you get raped and killed. One person wrote to me just this week. Raped and killed. Not just me, but a couple of my female colleagues as well. And in case you want to argue that this has nothing to do with the president, the most recent note I got ended with MAGA.
Of course, there's always been unhinged people in the world, but journalists are concerned now. As Bret Stephens wrote in the New York Times on Saturday, journalists are concerned we are approaching a day when blood on the newsroom floor will be blood on the president's hands. I hope he is wrong.